Morning. I'm here. Just parked up in this car park. The main car park is just down there, 100 metres. There's another car park there, so there's space in it, so I took it. Much or muchness, it's a circular route. So where are we today? Today we're at Holme Mast. So that's the Holme Mast TV transmitter. Turn radio down. So our friends over in Chesterfield. So I got the radio using a system called APRS, which puts it onto a website and tracks live. This path I've not been on for a few years, but it's a relatively level route to intercept the Trig point and the Pennine way. From there it can get boggy, but obviously it's been nice and dry, so it's not a problem. I put jumper on when I go out at car. I think that'll be coming off again soon. It's not overly sunny, but it's still quite warm, so when I get to the Swordfish I'll de-jumper. From Holme Mast along here, this is Heydon Head off to my left. Pick up the Swordfish, which is at the head of this on the opposite bank, and then follow the trail over to Soldier's Lump, Black Hill, Trig, 582 metres, and then down the Pennine way, heading north to hit the road at Wessenden Head. A little bit of road, not much, about 100 metres I think, and then drop onto the Kirklees way, which will bring me around. I think it's Clough, another one I can't remember, and the target one, which is Clough. Out of Clough, up back onto the Pennine way, and then along the side of Clough at the top over to Wrigley's cabin and the Canadian Sabre, and back to the transmitter and the car. So I say it should be about 8.5 miles. Car from here, Holme Mast transmitter, just at the top of Heydon Head, and now we're at the small debris pool of the Swordfish. And now on the way to the Trig point, which is about 600 metres, probably half a mile, a bit tired on, following the path. Pretty much goes up this riverbed all the way. Black Hill Trig point just coming into view. Soldier's Lump, so that's the intersection to the Pennine way as well. So that's it for the sort of off-piste, not really off-piste, there's a path, but to the rough and ready-ish track for the moment. Been up at Soldier's Lump, Black Hill Trig. Just got talking to a few people there and sent them off over to the Swordfish. So see if they find it, hopefully they do. And this gate is about as far as I've been on this section of Pennine Way, so from this gate onwards is new. Right, pretty much got an overview now where I'm sort of going. So I'm on the Pennine Way, which meanders its way down and I think basically comes out up there. So that's Wessenden Head, car park and lay-by. Keith Bennett Memorial, just on that junction. That lump over there is West Nab Trig Point, where we were the other week, and the Super Fortress, sorry, the Flying Fortress, off to the left of that. I'm over there a couple of weeks ago as well, for the Barracuda and the Thunderbolt. Other side of Marsden and Pool Hill. This one's a bit uncalled for. Certainly don't want to roll your ankle on this. Alright, well that's down. And now back up. That's a novelty, a burger bar. Not something I'd normally partake in, but today might be the day. But yes, I might talk myself into whatever the hell that cabin is. Hopefully Cobb's. Don't particularly want an ice cream, but if they've got a bacon cob or similar, I'm sure they can twist my arm. Another down and up, but not quite so severe as that last one. Can't quite see the transmitter now, but almost is over there. So I've come over to the Swordfish, over to Black Hill, down the Pennine Way, which I'm basically about to leave when I get to the road. Pennine Way obviously continues over Wessenden Head, which is just literally over there, and carries on Marsden, etc. Pennine Way, Black Hill, 3/4 of a mile. That's a long 3/4 of a mile. Wessenden Lodge, 2 miles. We literally just go up here, turn left, and the reservoirs are over the top of there. So that takes you over to Saddleworth and Duffstones, Trinicle and all that malarkey. And if you go that way, it drops you out at Holme, just along a little bit of road to this snap cabin. Had a burger, a cheeseburger. Not overly impressed, but better than note, I suppose. Just I'll not be bothering with that one again. So that's it. We're on the Kirklees way now. On the Pennine Way, now on the Kirklees way. So this sort of contours around these couple of nibs, and then drops me into Issue Clough, which is that steep bank in front of me over there. It goes down here. I think one of these cloughs, there's 2 here, and then the one I'm going into, I think one's Dean Clough, I can't remember the second one, and then Issue Clough is a big green lump. Just put jumper on as well. Been in t-shirt most of it, had jumper on at the initial, took it off at the Swordfish, and just put it on while I was sat having a burger and a cup of tea. So see how we go. A little bit sort of windy and certainly not as hot as it has been the last few days. So not when I start climbing again, I'll probably take it off, but we'll see what we're up against. Still fine though, Carl. It's not too windy and no rain, so all good. But we're all the way back now, on the back leg. We've just done the turnaround point. I'm going to take a right at this sign, down the side of that wall there. And I think then that puts me into Dean Clough. This first one puts me to the bottom of Dean Clough, or roughly. Follow it round, that puts me to the head of Clough. Blackpool Bridge. Always fun when signpost moves. This puts me down to a junction here. Two Cloughs Fork, that's Reap Hill Clough, and that's Dean Clough. Now I'm guessing when I came down the Pennine Way I had to drop down quite steep and climb out again. Now I think basically if I went up that clough in the riverbed, that would bring me out at that point. So that's a continuation of this clough basically, and I believe this is called Blackpool Bridge for some reason. The only way is up. I'll just come down there to that, I think it's Blackpool Bridge. And now on the ascent, just about to sort of summit this trail. A bit of a slog. Just stop to take the jumper off again. Just over this rise, I guess, Clough should run off to my left, and I'm heading up into that one there, which is Clough. So I'm back up onto the Pennine Way at some strategic point. I say there's supposed to be quite a decent waterfall in here, but whether it'll be in any sort of flow is debatable. But I say it just picks up a bit of a loop I've not done previously, and it gives me an eyes on for future reference. If it is a decent fall, then one I can possibly come back to when we've had some appropriate weather to make it fall a bit. Well, as rickety bridges go, I mean technically it's not needed today, but I suppose it'd be rude not to give it a try. Still on the Kirklees way, which circles round there and then goes straight down. That's where I'm heading, but there doesn't really, I mean there's a little bit of a flag in here, so I'm going to investigate that, but it's not quite the trail that I kind of anticipated. A little fall there, nothing too dramatic. So there's supposed to be a path going up onto the Pennine Way, which there is a little bit further up. I just came across a trod there off of that trail. Going around the corner, it put me onto it. It's just up here, so now I'm just off piece just to intersect this track and then head up there. So I could technically just switch back up that and cut out that section, but I'll stick with the original plan, I think. Just got to intercept this path first. So back on the trail, and I've got to head up there. It crosses the stream here, it cuts up this side, I think. That's the river crossed. Yeah, there's a bit of a trod off there. You can see one sort of cutting up the side of the hill. So yeah, worth an investigation at some point. Dean Clough river crossing difficult in wet weather, but that's us back on the Pennine Way. Once we're on top, it's pretty much level around the top of there, cabins there, and then over basically in the way of the transmitter to the Sabre, and then carry on to Mast. Top of the radio mast is in the clouds now. It's all coming and going. About to level out, which is good. Done enough up for today. I've just got to go up to this fence line that's coming up to the gate, and then follow the track going left. If you carry on to Trig Point where we were this morning. So that little section where I broke out a Clough onto here, that bit doubles up, and now we're on to the second half of that first loop I started, sort of thing. All things being equal. Wrigley's cabin. left window open. So that's my penultimate target, which is Wrigley's cabin. And now we're heading back for the transmitter, but first we're heading for the Sabre, which is about halfway really between here and there. That's a little bit further than it looks. Not by much, but it is a little bit. Let's have a look, take a bearing. 0.3 over a mile. Well, this away. So there's Wrigley's cabin. There's the transmitter. And I'm walking. Right over on the far hills there, you can see a wind farm. So effectively just head in that direction. Should bring it in the ballpark of the Sabre. Going down real holes. You only need to go down about an inch further than you're sort of anticipating. And you can have to extend your leg. Which up here wouldn't be a good idea. It's just there coming into view. Canadian Sabre. Just approaching Holme TV mast. I'm parked off that far diagonal corner at the perimeter fence line for Holme transmitter. And there's the road. So basically just follow the fence line round. And that's that scenic car park over there, just 100 metres off behind these buildings. The secondary car park. Grouse. Good grief. Should have got them on film, man. Normally take camera off as I just start on. Well, this section can be a bog fest, but we've had a couple of weeks of seriously dry weather, so it's not been any problem at all. Today, Holme car park, the scenic view one, overlooking Emily Moor, Huddersfield and all that sort of stuff down there. Castle Hill thing on there. See a car from here, so just over this stile, 100 metres up the road, and Bob's your uncle. Holme summit, 524 metres, 1,719 feet. And then what we got on the old measuring stick, so 8.82 miles, 5 hours 13 minutes.